On episode 203 of He Said, She Said movie reviews, we take a look at the movie A Quiet Place 2. Welcome to He Said, She Said movie reviews. This is the podcast where a happily married couple with similar but different movie tastes take a quick, spoiler-free look at the movies, helping you make the right decision before your next movie. I'm your host, Tim.
And I'm April.
So we just got back from seeing A Quiet Place 2. I know what you're going to say on this. It's probably the same as me. What are you going to give this, April?
You know, I'm actually going to give this a 3.5.
That's what I'm giving it to, 3.5 stars. We'll tell you all about it right after these two trailers.
All right, the first trailer is The Green Knight, a fantasy retelling of the medieval story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. The release date's July 30th, 2021. Dev Patel, Alicia Vikander.
Looks good to me.
And Joel Edgerton.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Tim,
you know how much I love sword movies.
We'll be there,
and
I'm
knights
sure.
in armor and stuff. So
early.
It's a big one for me. And I'm really curious about seeing Dev Patel in this movie.
He's really gotten mature.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Interesting casting, I think. But I think he's going to do a really good job.
Oh, I think so, too. He's a great actor. All right, the second trailer we saw was F9. It's Cypher enlists the help of Jacob, Dom's younger brother, to take revenge on Dom and his team. Release date, June 25th, 2021. Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, and the whole gang.
Yeah, if unless you're living under a rock, you've seen the trailer for this movie for Fast and Furious 9. You know, it's just gotten to the point after 9 movies that the stunts are just pure ridiculousness. But hey, it's going to be a fun summer popcorn movie. I can't wait to see it, as silly as it's going to be.
Well, all right. You want to tell us the storyline?
Yeah, so this is this follows the events of A Quiet Place 1, and it's about the Abbott family who now faces the terrors of the outside world. Forced to venture into the unknown, they realize that creatures they hunt by sound are not the only things lurking beyond the sand path. Dun-dun.
Well, we know who the director and writer is.
Well, yeah, director is John Krasinski. He's known for A Quiet Place. The Hollers, if you haven't seen The Hollers, you really need to see that.
That's a
great family movie. And episodes, of course, of The Office. And this was written by John Krasinski, once again known for The Quiet Place and A Promised Land.
And Scott Beck, who's also known for A Quiet Place and Haunt.
The interesting thing about John Krasinski's writing, The Promised Land, that's he co-wrote that with one of your favorites,
Matt Damon.
Yeah, and that movie starred Matt Damon. So
that's right.
An interesting one. Okay, you want to do the cast? Or you want me to do the cast?
You go right ahead.
All right, the cast. Emily Blunt. John Krasinski makes kind of a cameo. He's in like the first 10 minutes of the movie. Millicent Simmonds, Noah Jupe, Cillian Murphy, and Djimon Hounsou.
And the runtime was 97 minutes. It's rated PG-13 for terror, violence, and very bloody and disturbing images.
All right, you go for it first, April.
Okay. The theme and tone, Tim really felt like there are worse things than monsters. Okay. I can give that a little bit of credit there.
Did it really have a theme? I mean, other than that.
I mean, and we talked about this, guys. This is story. It is a little flat because you can only do so much with it. But guess what? They did a great job. Okay? It's not just the special effects. They did a lot with a little. Okay? I was impressed.
Acting phenomenally well.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Nothing going wrong there. Direction. Krasinski did a great job with this movie.
I want to mention the child actors, too. They did so good. They did so good. Just the maturity and how they handled everything from communication to their fear. Thought it was great.
The score, I thought the score was really good. It certainly added to the the suspense of the movie.
It made me happy.
And what was interesting, because I don't know if it's really classified as a horror movie or as an alien invasion movie, but they did a really good job of building up suspense to the point that there was some very good jump scares.
Yeah, I screamed.
I kind of jumped a couple times in my seat, too. I wasn't expecting that. So.
Right. You know, the thing about this movie is it wasn't over the top. It wasn't under the top. It was just right. And I really enjoyed it. As I sat down, you know, the lights go down, the quiet place starts. It just, from the beginning to the end, for me, it worked. Okay. I just thought it was great.
And one of the cool things I liked what they did with this movie, and this is not a spoiler because if you've seen the trailers for this, you know that they show the start of the alien invasion, which is the first 10 minutes of the movie that John Krasinski's in. You know, so I enjoyed that part of it.
Right. So. Absolutely. What about the production design? I mean, a place, I thought this is where the movie really shined. Great sets and locations. They made us believe that they were in a
apocalyptic world. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that statement. I think the production value, I think this is what really makes this movie shine. I always love it when I see these shows like this or see on HBO, or not HBO, on Apple TV, where they research the scenes. And I don't know if this is all CGI at this point. It very well could be. But they make these scenes that look so great, so post-apocalyptic.
Absolutely.
Run down,
it was
rusty.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Really good.
Special effects?
They were great. They were spot on, especially the monster ones.
Yeah, I thought that, the monster was...
And the killings. Yeah. I hate to say this, but they
But you know what?
It seemed real.
Yes and no, though, because this movie, I'm going back, it was PG-13. I don't recall seeing any blood in the movie. Did you actually see any blood?
Very little. Very little.
It's not like when the monster slashed somebody with his claws that there was blood flying across the screen. I think it definitely, only got a PG-13 rating.
True.
So there wasn't. So, but yeah, editing, normal.
Pace moved along well. Again, they did a lot with what they had. The dialogue was very quiet.
Sorry, bad pun, people.
Yes,
but it was. I mean, it's a quiet place. So, now let's go get into the story itself, the story arc and everything.
I think you were right about some of this. I think we should talk about it. Although what you're going to talk about, I still want to say I thought it was a good movie.
No, I'm 3.5 stars for me. Definitely a good movie. But for me, there wasn't much of a story arc to this movie. I don't think the characters changed anything from the start of the movie to the end of the movie.
That's true.
There was no arc for the characters except for the one guy, for the Emmett character.
Yeah.
He had a story arc, but the main characters,
and the daughter came alive,
but she didn't. But she was the same person. She didn't change at all. There was no. She didn't change in her personhood or anything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
She was the same character at the start as she ended up with. So that's my only complaint.
You're right.
But it did show more of the story, and that was what I think people, fans of the original one, will like, is the fact that it was a continuation of the story.
Right.
Right.
And again, they did great with what they got.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's definitely worth seeing. It's definitely worth seeing in the big screen. Don't wait for it to be on streaming service. Go see it now. Go see it and support movies in the movie theater. It's so great to be back in the theater and being able to see movies.
It really is, everybody. Tim and I, you don't know how many times we are blessed to get movies, trailers, but I will tell you, we love to go to the movies. You don't want to know how many times since they've opened.
And we'll let you know a little tiny secret. There's nobody in the theaters. I can't tell you how many movies we've seen where we've only been 2 or 3 people in the movies. So go see them.
But not now. Volume is increasing every time.
You know what I mean, though? It's like if you're afraid to go in the theaters, there's no need to be afraid. There's plenty of room and plenty of social distancing. Go in there. Go see a movie.
Go see the movies and support the movies, please. All right. Y'all, thank you so much for all your support, and we'll see you at the movies.
Thanks a lot. See you at the movies.